All right, Sacramento Kings fans. We're getting the rebuild. We're doing a rebuilding series of one of the most troubled franchises in the league. One of the franchises that are paying some of the worst contracts in the league as well. If you look at this, we're paying Sabonis, or I'm sorry, we're paying Levine 47 and a half, and then 49 mil next year, which he's going to accept. Sabonis is 42, 45, 48. DeRozan's 24, 25, which isn't horrible. Hunter as a 79 being 23 and 25 is not great. Malik Monk is not the worst contract. Keegan Murray probably won't end up being a very good contract either. Um, and then like Westbrook, Precious, Eubanks, are all on like minimums and stuff. Got a couple trade exceptions. I am doing this at the start of this year's normal season because I can't do start today. If you don't know, the last however many 2K videos I have, these are basically my own rosters to where the players are the ratings that they are from the last 2K roster update type thing. But basically, I made it so some players in 2K do not get the respect. So like Con Knipple is a guy that if you use the normal 2K rosters, he would average 11 points per game. If you used the normal rosters, Nikhil Alexander Walker would not average the near 20 points per game that he averaged this year. He would average these numbers. Jalen Johnson would not average what even his like last year's stuff or close to this year's stuff. So basically, it's just changing a bunch of players that don't play how they should play. It has a lot to do with playmaking tendencies. So a guy like Tatum, who has improved as a passer every year, in 2K they would have him averaging like 3 or 4 assists. When in real life, again, last year before he got hurt, he was at 6. His few games he played this year, he was probably still around 6. It also is improving the drop off of some guys. So some guys like James Harden after this year will drop by like 7 overall points. Now, granted, he should get worse, but he's not just gonna most likely fall off a cliff. So those are just some of the things. So that's why I'm using this and not start today. Because if you do start today, you can't use a custom roster. You have to use 2K rosters, and I'm not going through every single player again when I have a roster that's perfectly good. The only thing is, this first episode might be long because, again, I might just go through the season. I'm not allowing trades for anybody because I'm gonna keep it. Let me see. Trades are off. So nobody's making trades. Injuries are off as well. I will give certain players going into next season, like Jimmy Butler, like Dante DiVincenzo, like Moses Moody. I will give them their injuries that they should have. But so guys like that really, were out for most of this season. Like Kyrie Irving's going to play this season. Obviously, though, he didn't play in real life. Same with like Halliburton. Same with Tatum. Same with DeJounte Murray or whoever. And then in the draft lottery, no matter how this is, if for some reason the Kings are the 4 seed, I'm still going to give them whatever their pick is in this. So this first season honestly doesn't matter. The lineup that I guess we're gonna run is something like this. I do think that Devin Carter should get minutes, but that's really the only thing that I think. Oh, Nick Clifford. I'm probably gonna tell DeAndre Hunter to just cool it and give these minutes to Devin Carter. That's literally the only thing I'm gonna change, and we're gonna go to wherever. This is not how every season starting next season and in the off season of this, we're gonna be taking things slow. But so like in this year's pick, the AJ Darren draft, the Wizards will have the first pick no matter what. The Jazz will have the second pick. The Grizzlies will have the third pick. The Bulls will have the fourth pick. The Clippers will have the fifth pick. So don't think too much about that. And let's rebuild the Sacramento Kings. All right, so I gave the award winners to everybody in real life who won it, no matter what. Stats, again, not really gonna matter. Spurs, Nick. Wow, they're actually in the same thing that they are in real life. Even though, although the Spurs lost, we technically made the playoffs. But again, that doesn't matter. And the next one, which might happen in real life, honestly. So I'm not too upset about it. Okay. All right. No, LeBron, you are not retiring. Vooch is not going to retire in real life. These guys might. Kevin Love might. Westbrook, no. DeRozan, no. Clay, no. Val, no. I don't think DeAndre is. Jeff Green might. Mike Conley, I think it. Steph Curry. Okay. Hall of Fame, Chris Paul, jersey retirements. Yep. Sure. Makes sense. The only we're gonna reject. Boom. Okay. Now we've got draft lottery, which again this isn't gonna matter. This literally doesn't matter one bit. We could have jumped up to, although we weren't gonna jump up because we had the 25th pick, but Lakers, I'm sorry. You don't have the first pick. Not happening. I'm going based off real life. So I'm going to force trades for all 30 picks, and then we will be good. All right. So everything should be all right from 1 through 30. Second round, I didn't worry about because it's the second round. Wizards, Jazz, Grizzlies, Bulls, Clippers, Nets, Kings, Hawks, Mavs, Bucks, Warriors, Thunder, Heat, Hornets is the lot. I hope is the lottery. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Doug Christie we can keep because we're not going to be good next year either. So I don't really care to be honest. But let's go to the NBA draft. Now we do have Darren and AJ. Yep. What we're hoping for. Let's look at a mock, right? So Darren, AJ can't. Whoa. Karim Lopez? Okay, so most likely this. So this is probably the top 4. Most likely. It definitely should be the top 3, right? Cam, Peterson, AJ should be the top 3. Caleb Wilson, I would think, goes 4. Hopefully one of the teams doesn't reach and take Chris Sinek this early. I assume Acuff would probably go to the Clippers, so we're going to hope. I really like Karim Lopez, but we're going to hope for Keen Wagler. We're going to hope for Kingston Flemings, Mikal Brown. And at the worst, maybe 5 on. But we want one of the guards. We're going to watch the draft and see if we maybe should trade up. AJ goes 1, which I think is happening in real life. The Jazz take Darren Peterson at 2. And then as long as the Grizzlies don't mess it up, they don't mess it up. Okay. The top 3 is the top 3. The Chicago Bulls do take Caleb Wilson. Perfect. The thing is, do we like Acuff enough to where we want to try and trade up? We have 15 assists. We have him completely scouted, so he's not the 3-point shooter you would want at all. His driving layup, honestly, isn't perfect either. His pass act's okay. Honestly, there's not much right now that shows like he should be a shoe-in at 5. Honestly, kind of at all. His perimeter defense is good. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's Keen Wagler, who we can't see the exact numbers, but like we can see his like 3-point shooting, he'll be good. I don't necessarily want Keaton Wagler because I kind of, again, I want a one guard. I feel like Keaton Wagler is good to put next to an already established. Like, I think he would work pretty well if the Clippers wanted him because they have Darius Garland and Kawhi around him. They don't necessarily need. I mean, again, who knows how the Clippers are going? The Clippers probably should draft a cup, but like I'm saying, if they draft Keaton Wagler, I think it fits. But again, they're not really in a position to where they can go fit wise. An all-star, again, we're not completely scouted. Lakel Brown, we have completely scouted. He can get steals. He's a guaranteed upper echelon shot creator and a solid finisher. He can't dunk, so that kind of, I mean, you don't have to be a good dunker, I guess, to finish, but you can finish with layups around the rim. Yeah, driving dunk's only a 47, but close shot's good. 3-point shot is no better than what a cuff is. The pass act is better. The ball handling is better. The vision is better. The IQ is up there. Perimeter defense is maybe not as high, but the steals there. Okay, I'm not horribly upset at that. And we have Kingston Fleming that's completely scouted too. Tim Hardaway, good playmaker, could develop into an all-star someday and has a knack to get stops. So again, driving layup. Again, we're not even at our point yet, but we're gonna look at some of the things and see like what other teams are maybe thinking. Again, 3-point shot is just the same as any of the others. Let's see, what is this play? So pass act is like I think worse than both of theirs. The ball handle, speed with balls, okay. Pass vision, the perimeter defense is pretty good. Pretty good, and it will be pretty good. Again, the vision's not there. The vision, it doesn't look like could ever be there. The IQ is not there yet. He seems like more of a shot creator for himself type of a guy, which is fine. But that's just what it seems like he will be. Now, like, I don't want to draft a 23-year-old. Doesn't make mistakes, too many mistakes defensively. Like, I like that, man. I do. Again, driving. Yeah, I think we trade up for a cuff. I think we try to trade up for a cuff. They've got him 2. They got him 6. I think we call up the Clippers, and we say, what do we think about this for the 5th pick? They want Sabonis. Now, I am going to be realistic. I am going to try and think about this. They don't have a center, but I doubt they would want Sabonis. And we don't want to give up that type of draft capital. So we give up number 7, and we give up oof. I don't know what we give up, honestly. Do we go 2028 lottery protected? Do they budge with that? Oh, I've got trade override on, so let me make sure I don't do that. Top 10 protected? Nope. We'll say lottery protected for next year. Wow. Top 10 is the most I'm willing to go, I think. So let's talk about players. So they have these guys wrapped up. Do we have a center to give them? I don't think it's realistic to give them him. Precious is out. DeRozan, like we send DeRozan to LA. You know, it's kind of where he wants to be. It's home. They kind of aren't really in a like completely lose now mode, but they're not necessarily the best team. I don't mind keeping DeRozan around, but like, do they rather Hunter? Okay, so we trade up. We give up DeRozan, who again didn't. We don't really have spots for these guys in the future. So we take Darius Acuff, 6'3" out of Arkansas. The Nets take Nate Men. Wow. Wow. I'm a Nate Men guy. I really am. But that's kind of a swing at 6. I think he probably goes around bottom of the top 10, maybe even like bottom of the lottery. I think the highest he goes is like maybe the Mavs think about him at 9, maybe depending on who's there in real life. The Clippers, which is where we would have been, they take Chris Annett. Not bad. They needed a center. So that makes me like our trade even more. I was a little iffy on it because DeRozan, we kind of just used the old guy's value to make them say yes to that. But they drafted a center, so they got a position of need anyways. So I actually like that. The Hawks take Phylon. Okay. They haven't really had a ton of point guard play, especially when Trae Young was here, like backing up. Kind of thought they might go Ade Mara out of Michigan, but that's okay. I hope the Mavericks don't take him. They take Kingston Fleming. That's a pretty good pick. That's a pretty good pick at 9. I think Mikael Brown is still there, and honestly, he falls into the lap if they don't trade it to Phoenix. No, to Atlanta for Phylon. So the Bucks wanted Phylon. The Hawks said, okay, we're fine with that as long as we get Miles Turner. And then they take Isaiah Evans. I think Isaiah Evans probably goes like 18, 20 in this. I don't think he's a lottery pick. Go P to the Warriors. Okay. The Thunder. What a good pick. What a good pick for the Thunder, man. The Heat take Mikael Brown. Okay, a good pick as well. You know, they do have Yakachonis over there, but the Hornets take Mara. Oh, what a good pick for the Hornets. The team that kind of needs some center play. They get him. Dalen Swain, I don't know if he's projected to go that high. I don't know much about him yet. I haven't done a lot of my draft stuff yet. I probably will start doing that. Quaintance to the Grizzlies. Probably want to take someone with a little bit more upside. Cam Carr, okay. Burries to the Hornets, another shooter. Oh my God. The Raptors are trading to the Celtics for Derek White. So are the Celtics. Oh, that's a good. I like him. Are the Celtics now saying that or are they just trying to get the most value they can for Derek White and they think that the 20th pick was the most they could get? The Axel goes to Detroit. We're going to be talking about them later, hopefully. I don't know that name. Sturts out of Iowa, okay. Malik Thomas, who played with Acuff, I believe. The Lakers are trading for Bobby Portis. Okay, so the Bucks get another thing. They take Malik Brown. I don't know the name. Christian Anderson is pretty good to the Nuggets. The Celtics take guy from Stanford. Minnesota's trading for a 2030 swap worst, and Torian Prince is back. The Bucks, oh my God, the Bucks buy in a lot. Mo Johnson for the Cavs, and then the Mavericks take another guy that I can't pronounce his name. We have a second round pick. We could trade for some swap best later on with the Hornets, and honestly, we probably just do that. I can't imagine there was anything there that I cared about with the 50 whatever pick. All right, so AJ, Peterson, Boozer. Wilson's a 78. Acuff, we got it a 78. I meant a 74. Okay. So next is 75, 77 for Flemings. McHale 76, Wagler 77. The Thunder just keep piling it on, man. We take Darius Acuff. Okay, Levine accepts. We're going to try and send him to play some winning basketball, man. Zach LaVine has not played winning basketball basically his entire career. We have nobody we need to re-sign. I am going to wait until at least the moratorium to make these couple trades, or at least try the Levine trade. Again, I don't know if we're going to be able to get off Sabonis. I don't think there's anywhere I don't think the Lakers are going to want him. We maybe could send him to Orlando and pry off the Jalen Suggs bad contract if they think Anthony Black is ready to start for them. I don't think they're interested. I mean, dump them to Brooklyn, who probably has money. Send them to New Orleans for whatever's left of DeJounte Murray. We get off the contract a year earlier. I don't know, not necessarily because he is a player. Maybe for Poole. Again, maybe we literally are just dumping it. Poole can come here, maybe play up his value a little bit. I guess that's a thought, but again, you have Yves Missy and you have Derek Queen. Are you really want to bring in Sabonis? We're going to be we're coming back. We're coming back. Not right this second, but we're coming back. This team just got so much more expensive. Trading for 3 more years of Derek White. And they didn't give up Quickly or Barrett or any of that. So they are going to be in a financial hell right now. Again, unless they want to part with Ingram or we want RJ. We don't want RJ, but you know what I mean? This could be a spot, but again, the center, who knows if they're bringing back Mark Williams. Maybe we bring Jalen Green to ball out. Maybe he can be part. Him and Acuff is a duo eventually. I doubt it, but we can put him on the list so we remember it. No. We can't send him over here to be with Draymond, right? I mean, I'm going to be putting Jimmy Butler's torn ACL on here after the player progression stuff. Same with Moses Moody's injury, but do we trade him to the Warriors so they can have a center? I don't know. I think we have to see kind of how some of the league turns out. This team traded for not the type of guy that they need, I don't think. The Bulls, do they just take, so many of the Bulls players have gone to Sacramento. Do we want to send one of ours to the Bulls? For who? I don't know. They don't really have too many bad contracts. Again, unless we're taking the Patrick Williams thing, and even then, I don't know if that's a possibility, but we'll put that on the list. No, I don't think the Celtics would be interested. We said no to that already. No. Again, I don't think it's the type of center they're looking for. They did trade for Miles Turner, so that's pretty much going to take that off the books. They don't need it. They drafted a Demara, so I think they're fine. This team, I don't know if they bring back Walker Kessler, but they're going to get, if we do, they're going to get real expensive, and they have so many young guys that they'll need to sign over the next few years. So I just don't know. Who are some of the other things that we said? We said maybe we do the Pool thing. I think the Bulls might be the most realistic, honestly. I think the Bulls, Pelicans one. We'll look at the Suns. But I think those are our 3 options right now. we fully plan for Acuff to start. We've got Devin Carter, who I think is going to be here. Again, Levine probably isn't, so we probably should get a shooting guard. Nick Clifford's going to be probably taking that starting spot. Keegan Murray's going to probably be starting still. So, like, a backup 4 and a backup 2, most likely. Like, Malik Monk and Acuff is kind of small. I kind of would want a bigger player. Now, Lou Dort is not that much bigger, but he plays bigger in a way. The only thing is he wants a minimum. I'm gonna give him a team for like 3, like basically a minimum. But a team option, we'll see how he plays on if we want to bring him back. And then power forwards, like I'm honestly fine with bringing Precious Achua back, and I think we do the same thing that we did to Lou Dort. You know, Westbrook, we're going to probably be letting walk. Darren goes to the Bulls. And Reeves goes to the Pistons. Oh my God. So that just ruined that literally just ruined everything for the Zach LaVine thing. That ruined everything. Yeah. We were going to try and send LaVine to the Pistons to play alongside Zach so they could have some more shooting and scoring, but they just got Austin Reeves for only $18 million for 4 years. Oh my gosh. So that ruins that. LeBron goes back for only 1 year, 35 mil. Okay. Jalen Duren goes to the Bulls. So we can't talk to the Bulls anymore. I mean, I was sort of interested in that if they were going to give us some picks and take on Patrick Williams, but it might have been too big of a contract. The Pistons also get Norman Powell. Thunder keep Hartenstein. Hawks take Porzingis back. Okay, the Jazz. The Suns take CJ. Wow. Okay. So now we've got to find a home for Zach LaVine. And now I don't know what that home is. It might be like Kuzma. Send him to the Bucks. They got Dyson Daniels now alongside Giannis. They don't really have center play at all. We can't really help out with that because they're not going to want Sabonis and Giannis, bro. That ruins that. I'm actually kind of upset that the Bulls, because I wanted to. The Pistons want Sabonis now. No, I don't think they do. I think they would find something better. Sabonis is one of those guys that you're just not going to be able to find a home for, especially not a winning type place. I don't think. Again, we have this. We have this as a possibility. So the Bulls are probably going to try and buy in. So what if we do Jalen Green's going to get better. Sabonis is making 45 mil. We could make the money work. Like if we take Royce O'Neal, like we could make the money work. But I'm going to look at some offers around the league. There's also something like this, where we send Sabonis to the Pelicans. We take on the Jordan Poole contract, which is just 1 year. DeJounte Murray, who is 1 year plus a player option, but he's only 29 and he's still a good player. Last season, he averaged 11, 4, and 5 in 27 minutes. And he really only started 30 games. Per 36, 15, 6, and 8. Good defender to put alongside Giddey in them. We take back Patrick Williams, who didn't even play last year. The Pelicans also take Isaac Okoro, who didn't shoot the ball well, but is on a 1-year deal. And then we get back a 2027 first for the Bulls, just in case it doesn't work. And they've obviously got a hole at shooting guard. So it's that, or again, it's what I showed before of like Jalen Green and like Royce O'Neal. And like, they don't have pick. I don't want, I think I'm going to try the Bulls trade. I think I'm going to try the Bulls trade. Nobody in their right mind would ever want to trade for the Patrick Williams contract. But if I'm getting an unprotected first-round pick for net this coming season, we are going to implement like the next year's draft class. That'll be the last real one we do. Then I want to pick. I want to pick straight up. Poole, Murray. So Bulls, us. And then he goes to the Pelicans. Now, the Pelicans are also getting some talent. They get a swap best with the Bucks. Ooh, they're not giving that up. They can actually. They give us like a top 10. Is that a lot for Sabonis? 2 first-round picks, basically, and a contract that we're gonna basically let walk at the end of this, and then Patrick Williams, who we're eating for the Bulls. So we're getting the first-round pick from the Bulls because we're taking this. The Bulls aren't giving up a first-round pick because the Pelicans are getting the best player in the trade. He's got 2 years, so you have a little bit of like stability with it. He averaged 14, 11, and 7 on, again, the 3-point shot was like the worst it's been in years, I guess. But would they give up a top 10 protected pick if they have a lineup of Jeremiah Fears, Trey Murphy, Sadiq Bey, Zion, and Sabonis? Derek Queen can kind of learn a couple things from Sabonis. They have not similar game stuff, but like if you could see a comparison. So we get an unprotected 2027 Chicago pick in case it doesn't work out. Or do we can we give them the whereabouts of saying like top 3 protected, but you've got to give us the protection backup? You know what I mean? They don't like it. Okay, so we get that. And then again, the Pelicans top 10. Hopefully. No, the Pelicans were good. Wait, were they good with the pick? Hold on. They just say they like what they have, which means that they don't like it because they're not going to say yes to something like this. And, you've got to like, I promise you that what I'm doing looks like it makes no sense. It makes sense, I promise. It's a thing that you kind of have to do. Okay. So let me say no pick from the Pelicans. You're not now. Why are you not interested though? Like, why are you not interested? Literally, not a thing in the world to do with you. I'm not giving up. I can't give up a pick for that. Is there a player, like a player making no money that you guys want? Like, no, pretty much everyone we have is making money, unless we don't care about Devin Carter, who he's a small guard, I guess. But again, if I'm doing this, I want the, and now I do want the pick, and I don't know who I'm giving him to. Probably the Pelicans. Who said no? You like what you have. I don't understand it, 2K. Why me adding stuff for another team makes it so they don't like it? So there's this to where they get DeAndre Hunter. We'll take Okoro. Where'd Carter go? So yeah, you're right. It doesn't benefit you. It literally doesn't benefit you. I'm just trying to, like, this is, if this doesn't work, then I don't really know. I really don't. I'll do this again with the second rounders. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, what if I take this out and this out? Am I being ridiculous, guys? Like I'm trying to compensate for them. I'm trying to compensate basically for them. I don't think we're gonna get a better trade than this. I really don't. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Okay. The trade went through. I'm gonna show you what happened because I didn't force it. I don't want to show you that I didn't force it. Like, I was looking to see, like, do we want to take Jalen Smith? They need the backup center. Trade, does Rob Dillingham have any thing? No. Okay. Then I went back to Isaac Okoro and I basically said, Bulls, do you want him? They told me earlier that they didn't want him. And then I switch it and they said yes. That's what happened. I clipped it for you so you could see. That's what happened. But the trade went through. Okay. So we've got Acuff, we have Levine, again, which he might have to start the year on the team because I don't know if it's there. We could use another center, and we could definitely use a point guard. We definitely need a point guard, preferably like. Ooh, we don't have many options. Who's trying to bet sign Ben Simmons? D'Anthony Melton could run point guard for us. The Nuggets want him. Too bad. I want him. Give him to me. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. I wanted not Duncan Robinson. I wanted D'Anthony Melton. And we're still not going to get him. Okay. And then centers. I'm not taking Vooch. Maybe like Marvin Bagley come back. Oh my god, that's so gross. Anthony Melton. Yeah, we didn't want Duncan anyway. We can't afford Westbrook. So we'll just renounce the rights. I mean, we don't have it. We don't have it. But we need a point guard. I can't leave here without a point guard. I don't want Chris Dunn. Like, but It might be the best thing we got. Ugh. We're not going to be good. We're just not. Okay. That was evident. I told you this is going to be a long episode. So we got Acuff and Dunn. Malik Monk, Levine, Lou Dort. Again, Jordan Poole probably isn't going to start the year playing when the Levine trade happens, or maybe it's a Monk trade. Because it isn't expiring now, right? It's expiring, so I can't even be. It would make more sense to give somebody Malik Monk than it does Levine at this point. Oops. We're going to be starting E. Clifford. We have no incentive to start DeAndre Hunter. Keegan Murray is going to play, of course. Patrick Williams is here now for the next few years. And then we've got, right now, who'd start. That's 2, 6, 8, 11. That's 14 people. We could try and sign someone else. Is there like a Bryce James, like somebody in here that, we could offer? I doubt it. All right, whatever. I'll see you at player. All right, player progression. So Neat Clifford goes up 3. Keegan Murray stays. Raynaud stays, which isn't great coming off of a guy who's literally a rookie. Granted, he's an old rookie, but Lou Dort drops 1. Monk drops 2. Patrick Williams doesn't play. He plays 11 minutes on 11 games, and he jumps 3. Ryan Demhard was our last signing, and honestly, he's probably going to play over Chris Dunn, for being for real. Look around the league, see if there's anything crazy that happened. Ben Simmons to the Lakers, they're going to be so bad. Again, Anthony Black jumps 4, so does Jace Richardson. Flag up 3. Who'd they sign? Kings of Flemings, that's right. So he probably won't start to there. Jaeger up 5, Traore up 3, Powell up 4, Seraph up 2, Watson up 3. Oh my God, just the droppage is terrible. Nemhard up 3, Furphy up 5, Zion up 3, Fears up 6, Queen up 3, Missy up 3. Sabonis does go down 2. Reeves goes down 2, but Thompson and Holland goes up 4 and 3. Norman Powell drops 5. Ooh, although they only signed him for like $8 million. Murray up. Amen up. Jabari. Wow. Second little jump from Jabari. Reed Shepard up 3. Dylan Harper up 5. Castle up 2. Kuminga up 3. And Carter Bryant up 3. Oh my God. Jalen Green jumps 5. Ooh, so we were thinking about trading for him. We didn't, obviously. That might come back to hurt us. But AJ Mitchell. Damn, up 2. McKean up 4. This is where we're gonna end off the video. If you couldn't figure it out. SARS up 3, Koulibaly up 4, Trey up 5, Bub up 4. What a young core around these guys, bro. Like the Wizards, like in 2K, because in real life, I don't think AD apparently doesn't want to stay around and probably won't. Like this might be like a top 5 seed in the East, bro. Depending on how some of the young guys perform, like that could be a top like 5 seed out East, and that's kind of crazy. VJ up 5, Embiid and George tank. Dyson has the flu, but he goes up 3. Ivy, they're giving a second chance to, which, I mean, why not? Grimes, you also got. Duran up 3, Giddey up 3, Modest up 4. Murray, even Murray goes up 1. I am going to spend the time. Ooh, Devin Carter goes up 4. Ugh. Okay, so the Bulls might have finessed a little. Leonard Miller goes up 3, my guy. Tyson up 3. Everyone else is just tanking it. Brown down 2, but Strother and Walsh go up. Sanders goes up 3. Wow. Wow. So does Niederhauser. Coward up 4. Wells up 4. Edie up 1. And Gigi up 3. Risa Shea up 6. Asa up 5. And Nick Smith. Nick Smith Jr. jumps 5 after not playing. Kalel jumps 4. Yakachonis jumps 6. So he's officially the starter over there. James and Salon jump. Khan jumps. Brandon Miller gets worse. It's weird. Keontae jumps 3. Ace jumps 5. Cody Williams looks like he could be a real player now. Wow. All right. Sorry for the long episode. A lot of talking, a lot of explaining. Hopefully none of this was muted or I'm going to be very sad. But yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and come back for more.